body. It's a mammal. It has warm blood and body hair. If it was a female, it could bear live young. If it was a female, so much would be different. It would perhaps not write this poem at all, but one less clinical and more emotionally robust. One with more references to laughing and tasting and touching, which this body knows other bodies enjoy. Maybe, but it's difficult to say. This body had moments of mind blindness and finds it difficult to assume voice is not its own. And I used to picture this body as a submarine, with me staring out through periscopic eyes while crewmen stoked the machinery of my muscles and poured in the engine of my heart. I pictured hands like trash collectors and a stomach like a quartermaster and me in my captain suit staring out at the world. And I guess Captain Me would have pictured himself as a spaceship, and inside that a tree fort, and inside that a lighthouse, until all the way down the smallest me would just picture himself as existing, and the whole thing would grow out of that. But this body doesn't think that way anymore. It knows that it's made not of coal age adventurers, but muscles and tendons and 206 bones, one broken. It has a brain, which is not at all like a council chamber or a naval bridge, because if it was, it would be hollow, and this body would be in a coma, paralyzed, his mother tearfully pulling the cord out of the respirator, saying, "Why did we let him put a naval bridge in his brain?" This body is a vehicle, yes, but for the robotic genes which spread through it and convinced it to have sex, a mission they've been successful with for an unbroken series of ancestors dating back to a self-replicating molecule in some horrible ocean. And the information content on these robots is 700 megabytes, so this body is the last boxcar of a 3 billion year-long train designed to carry to the present the contents of a single compact disc. No, this body is no mystic. It knows that it's made of the foods and poisons it ingests, and as much as it misses its poisons sometimes, it's trying to eat healthier. It never misses breakfast. It misses every other meal besides breakfast, except for ones it substitutes with more breakfast. This body is made not of magic, but of breakfast. This body is Descrambled Eggs. And I used to picture this body as a lantern, and that by being more brilliant, I could make it shine brighter and seek out other lanterns in the distance. Together we could throw light on the darkness between us, the darkness that was death, the darkness that was not being this body. This body doesn't think that way anymore. It knows that there's a difference between making a friend and surviving death, unless that friend happens to be Jesus, according to Jesus. And likely it came up with this theory when it was running low on friends, but the point remains this body is lonely for touch. It's easily confused. Don't trust it to report its own emotional state. It's too easily tricked by short-term runs and random acts of chemicals. Ultimately, it lacks a frame of reference for talking about this body, and yes, you might suggest a mirror, but then this poem would be about a mirror, and this body is no mirror, nor a glassy pond, nor a window at night. The closest thing would perhaps be a mirage. But this body is not a mirage. It feels too much its own weight, its own worries, its own words. So much a part of it, it sometimes feels that it couldn't possibly be true, but like a factory on stilts, it's somehow built to carry them to you.